Hey, what's up? This is Chris from the longest way, and I'm finally reaching Mashhad, one of the places that I'd marked on the map that I've always wanted to walk to. A big city, second biggest city in Iran, and a holy city, one of the holiest cities in the Islamic world, and of the Shia in particular. And I'm finally here. I don't know, it was like 180, 190 something kilometers from Sadaq's, from the border of Turkmenistan. I think it took me like 7 or 8 days now. And yesterday was like the shortest day ever. Because the day before yesterday, I ran into Hassan. And he took me into his house in a little suburb of Mashhad here. And he was so nice, and his family was so nice. And the food was so good, and everything was so perfect. And they were like, why don't you just stay another day? So I stayed another day, but we moved to a different house. So in the end, I ended up walking for like 20 minutes just through a neighborhood, through the little town there, to another house. So that counts as a walking day, I guess, but a rather short one. And now I'm a little bit pissed because staying there, no, let me start from another angle. I just powered up the Osmo and I realized it didn't have my space on it. And I thought, okay, so no, not much space. That means I need to format the SD card. So I did. And while it was formatting, I realized that I hadn't saved my last Let's Walk video on the computer. Because when I was staying with Hassan and his family, I wasn't gonna work on the computer all the time. So I really did like the most basic things for a little bit, but I didn't save the fucking files on the Osmo. I should have. So yeah, I think discipline is really important. I try to save my photos every day, so I'm not running around with loaded SD cards. I save them on a computer, and I try to save them on a separate huge SD card as well. I keep in a secret location. Yeah, but yesterday I didn't. It's annoying. Not that anything particular happened during that little walk video I made, but it's just annoying, you know? Yeah, so somebody came up with a brilliant idea of making like a bike lane here, but you have to leave it every once in a while. But the sidewalk is good, so if it continues like this here until downtown, you know, see this here with a little bench. Oh, see a little bench. That's cute. That's nice. And then there's like sporting equipment there. Oh, it's nice. So if it continues like this, then I have no complaints. The way here was awful, except for Hassan's place, of course, or places, I should say. But outside, lots of mean dogs, lots of dust, lots of wind. Salam. There's some dudes smoking a hookah there. This is still a suburb, I guess, but it's like the first kind of metropolitan suburb. So I started filming here just to kind of give you an idea. Oh, and there it stops. And we're back in the dust. Hopefully no dogs, though. I hate the fucking dogs. I remember making a video the other day on on the lake, on the shores of Issyk, and there's like this little dog, and I'm like, well, humans don't deserve dogs. Well, some humans, they deserve some dogs, and others deserve others, and asshole humans sometimes they keep these asshole dogs, you know, like the dog is kind of protecting his whatever master or his home or whatever, and they're so fucking aggressive. And I'm thinking, like, if the dog is like this, what's the owner like? Fucker. Yeah, it's cool to kind of make a little noise and bark a little bit, but they come literally running across the street, across a busy road. Oh, and there's a little cat. Oh, hello. Oh, he's so little. Well, so there's no dogs ahead. I guess he tested that out for us. Yeah, it's no problem if your dog is a little bit loud. You know, makes a little noise when there's like a stranger approaching or your ground, your premises. But if it's, you know, gonna attack random people, then, you know, leash it, fucker. But no. And then there's these assholes that are proud of mean dogs. That's like the worst. That's like screaming. And I'm sorry, but that's like screaming small penis. If you're like, you know, like you run around with a huge dog and the dog is super mean, and you yourself, you have kind of trouble, you know, just holding the dog. Whatever. Oh, and I ate too much at Hassan's place. I ate so much. They made a chicken. Oh, that was some good chicken. Really tender, really juicy, but not greasy. And the rice was really good too. There's a way in which I think a lot of people, especially for some reason Chinese, they overlook they overlook rice, the possibilities of rice. And I don't get it. I mean, it's like you go through this effort to make like these awesome meals and stuff, and then you just kind of serve this bland cardboard kind of rice with it. It's just, what are you doing? Why don't you get better rice? Why don't you make it in a way that it actually it's fragrant and it's an aromatic and it's nice. And our Indian rice is good, generally. Not all of it, but every once in a while you're like, I could just eat that rice. Oh, and I ate so much. And now walking fucking sucks now. Plus I started out too late. I got 20 kilometers to the city center where I'm gonna stay. Well, and I was gonna leave in the morning, and you know how it goes. I was like, okay, so, well, let's have breakfast. And then I had breakfast and I was like, okay, so like there's like this cartoon on, and we're hanging out there, Hassan and his wife and his little daughter. And the daughter is super cute, 10 years old, running around. And so we watch these cartoons, and then it's like, oh, well, how about lunch? And I'm like, well, yeah, I mean, yeah. So we have lunch. And then I have so much chicken and rice for lunch that I can hardly move. And I kind of just lean back and kind of drop on the floor, you know, like a, you know, whales when they beach. That kind of thing. And then after that, when I'm like, okay, so I can move now, then some other family members and guests, they appear, and we're like, hey, let's have some pudding. So we had some pudding, and it was awesome. but I started walking at like like 3 or something, and it gets dark at 5, and I usually do 5 kilometers an hour, you know, so I'm gonna walk through some darkness through the dark city today, and it sucks. And we're still in the outskirts, as you can see here. I don't know if you can see it because the Osmo is almost out of battery, because I forgot to charge that too. The fucking genius I am. Hey, Roy. Let's check on the Osmo. How you doing, asshole? Nah, today's not your fault. Oh, it's almost out of battery. Nice. 11 minutes. That's like, it told me it had a 30% battery charge. 10 minutes. I mean, come on. Come on. Hey, but it looks nice with the sun there. Okay, so like the picture is gonna be out any minute now. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I was gonna show you a little bit of downtown and everything today, but I guess this way. Ah, shit, I should have saved my photos and charged the batteries. It's not the Osmo's fault, not today. It's not an asshole today, it's my fault. I'm the asshole. Shit. Discipline is really important. And not eating too much is also very important. Oh man. That's so much chicken. I'm gonna say bye-bye to you now, because the Osmo is gonna go very soon. Or no, actually the sound is gonna keep rolling after this, because I'm recording on a different device, because the Osmo's sound recording is just subterranean. It's just the worst you can imagine. You could get better recordings of like a Mussolini speech than you could get out of an Osmo. It's just so shitty. Man, I wish I was there. I wish I could lay down. I'm gonna stay like 5 or 6 days in Mashhad, I think. And then I'm going to try to reach the next big city, which is like another 200 kilometers. I don't know if I can do it, but we'll try to reach it. Then store the caboose there. And then we're gonna go to Taiwan via Tehran. So I need to find a way to get to Tehran too. But we'll see. Oh, I could keep recording with the GoPro. How about that? Should I do that? Huh. But then it's getting dark, and the fucking GoPro is shit in low light, just like the Osmo. I like my Sony cam. I'm using Sony DSLRs. Oh, they're good. They got their little quirks that make me mad, but they're fantastic low light, and they're kind of reasonable. They rarely fuck up, unlike the GoPro and the Osmo, especially the fucking Osmo. Dude just said I love you very much. That's nice. Me too. Oh man. Alright, have a good day. Do debts and dues, and I'll see you later, and I'll see what I can do. Peace.